It'll be a nice. We're gonna do video. We're actually field testing. We're actually
May I have everyone's attention, please? We're getting ready to get started with the afternoon session. In about 1 minute, we're going to get started with the afternoon session. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Not trying to be inappropriate.
Yes, you are. No. Yeah.
No, he needs to know.
Yeah, we'll have an exhibit.
So they're saying, okay.
Oh, I'm saying. I think it's done.
Yeah, I think you're done.
So what happened? After you put that, also.
Yep.
Then we'll have. But I think since Diane will be have her like a new break, and then Amanda. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and
but there will be after Diane.
right.
So it'll be like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, and then our surprise guest will be Melanie.
Yes. No.
She's got some stuff.
And she can actually do that.
Melanie knows it's here.
Yeah, so now, yeah.
Yeah, she's got it from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where she can see that.
Yeah, I'll take it there.
Joe, I just want to say hi, Dennis McKinney.
How you doing, man?
Doing great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for coming.
No, thank
Sandra, are you about ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Hopefully, I've got my table and stuff.
Yeah, yes.
for here,
Okay.
So people can stop by. I just want to say hi.
Okay. Oh, and I got my good maps person. I'm gonna include you in on that.
I need
Yes,
to do that.
yes.
I've got a contract. I just got one question.
Looking for the podium.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get you.
Passed him up.
Sorry, Ashley. I
It's
passed you.
okay. There's the microphone.
I didn't get to spin.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your lunch. And now we are going to continue with this afternoon's offering. First on our agenda, and I just love saying this name, you know how I am, but we have Diane Ducharme, and she is from Blind Shell. Now, I haven't actually touched a blind shell. I've read about it, I've recommended it, but I've never gotten to examine it. So I'm looking forward to that. So right now we're going to hear from Diane to tell us all about blind shell. There's a microphone for your hand. Here it is.
All right. Okay.
About 15 if you can. Can you do that? 15 done?
I can do it real quick. Yeah. Okay, thank you. My name is Diane Ducharme and I'm the Senior Program Manager from Blind Shell USA. And for those who don't know, the Blind Shell is an accessible cell phone that has actual tactile buttons on it. We do have a screen. It's for display only. So there's no swiping or tapping. It's all menu driven with tactile buttons. And on the top of our phone, we have a standard headphone jack and a flashlight. And on the bottom, we have a standard USB-C charging port. So I'm going to just let you hear it and go through some of the features that we can highlight. Hopefully you can hear this. So everything is spoken and everything is tactile. So the first menu is.
Call, 1 of 7,
See, I don't know if you're gonna hear that.
call 10, 10.
Okay. So the first menu is calling. So like every cell phone, you can make phone calls. You can use the keypad, the tactile keypad, and hit the OK button. You can go into the call menu. You can call somebody in your contacts, or you can hit the side button and dictate a number as well. So I'll just demonstrate that really quick.
I listen after a beep.
Call Diane.
Call Diane. Dialing, Diane.
And then it's calling. So I'm going to hang up, and again, everything is tactile. So there's, I think I describe the phone as 4-directional. You can go up and down through the menus. To the left above the number 1 is a tactile OK button. To the right is a diagonal slash, and that's above the 3. So you up and down through the menus, OK or back. And that OK button is also how you answer the phone, and the slash is how you hang up a phone. So that's one of the features that people like about the phone. It's an actual tactile button to answer and hang up, because if you've ever used a flat screen phone and couldn't hang up your phone call, it's very frustrating.
Call.
So the next thing is messages. So text messaging is the same way. So you can use the keypad and type it like a T9 way of typing, or you can dictate.
Contacts.
So contacts, you can put your contacts in here. You can assign a single button dial to your contacts. You can assign a specific ringtone to your contacts.
Applications. 4 of 7.
So I'll go into applications.
Internet browser. 1 of 13.
So we have the ability to go on the internet, and you can search the web with our internet browser. When you do a search, it'll come up with Google and all of the usual tabs that are on the top of every Google page.
Tools. 2 of
So
13.
tools will be like an alarm clock, weather, a calculator, a note taker, a voice recorder. So you can use the phone to record a meeting.
Communication. 3 of
So
13.
communication is email. You can have multiple email accounts on here. We also have Zoom, we have WhatsApp, and we have Facebook Messenger.
Media. 4 of 13.
So media, I'll go into that. Quick.
Audible.
So
1 of
if you
16.
have an Audible account, you can read your books here.
BBC Sound.
So BBC
Radio,
Sounds is the British stuff. So if you're somebody who likes British comedy or podcasts, you can access it there.
Camera. 3
So
of
we do
16.
have a camera, and we also have a video camera.
Document reader.
A
4 of
document
16.
reader will allow you to save documents. Say you have a schedule that was emailed to you and you want to save it in your document reader so you don't have to hunt around your email for it. You can do that. Or you can download a document from your computer.
FM radio.
So we have
5
an
of
FM
16.
radio.
Internet.
We have
radio.
internet radio.
7
You
of
can listen
16.
to radio stations from all over the world.
Music player. 8 of 16.
Music players, if you have a playlist or an audio described movie, you want to put it on an SD card, you can access it through the music player.
Podcast player.
So we have a
9 of 16.
podcast player, which starts off giving you the top 100 in your country, but then you can also add any podcasts that you want.
0. 10 of
We have
16.
Zero, so if you're somebody who is a Zero subscriber and you like your audio described movies or your radio reading services, those are all on there.
Shazam.
Shazam,
recognition.
song
11 of
recognition,
16. Spotify. 12 of
Spotify.
16. Talking newspaper.
Talking newspaper is a lot of newspapers from Europe that they're actually read to you.
Video camera.
And our
14
video
of 16.
camera
Video play. YouTube.
and
16
YouTube.
of
YouTube
16.
is everybody's favorite on here because I would say it's not a simplified version of YouTube. It's the full version, but it's laid out in a simplified way. So I will often struggle with finding a specific video using YouTube on an iPhone, but on the Blind Shell, it's really easy to access what you want. So I'll
Media,
just back out of that.
13. Books, 5 of
So
13.
books, we do have Bard on here. So if you have a Bard account, you can download your Bard books and listen to them on your blind shell. And we also have LibriVox, which is a public domain reading program. So that's mostly your classics, parts of the Bible.
Games, 6 of 13.
So games, we have chess, we have Hangman, we have a dice roller, we have Simon, we have a card game called Mau Mau, we have a Wumpus, which is a game where you shoot arrows at cavemen and seems to be a favorite among the older crowd, because I'll just be I'll just be in my office and phone will ring, I'll answer it, and it's like a 90-year-old lady saying, "Diane, I got him. And I'm like, oh my God, do I call 911? I'm like picturing this old lady with a rolling pin, bashing somebody's head in or something. She's like, no, I got the caveman. I'm like, okay, calm down. Okay.
Vision aids,
I'll tell you, they just love it.
Vision
So
aids,
vision aids, this is an important part for all of
Ira
us.
Explorer,
So we have IRA on here. So if you have an IRA account or you need to make an IRA account, then it's on here.
Be My Eyes,
So Be My Eyes as well. And I like the Be My Eyes because, well, it's free. And also because it has the specialized help. So you can access Microsoft, Accessible Pharmacy, Procter & Gamble. A lot of different companies are under the specialized help.
beepers, 3 of 11.
So beepers are like air tags or tiles. So if you tend to lose something, you can put a little beeper on it, compare it to your phone.
Color indicator, 4 of 11.
It has a color identifier.
Google Lookout,
It has Google Lookout. And I love Google Lookout because Google Lookout has 5 different components. The first one is Explore. So it'll tell you what it sees. So if I go into a room, it'll tell me, window, laptop, door, person, 2 people, dog, cat, whatever. It will also, it has a food label system. So it doesn't look for a barcode, which sometimes can be hard to find. It'll actually snap a picture of the item and then pull information from the cloud to tell you what that item is. It also has a text mode, so it's a great way to sort through all your mail or to read, a brownie package, to get the instructions, whatever you want to look at. It'll turn text into speech. It has a document reader, which if you want to read an entire document all the way through, it'll snap a picture of it and read it. And then it also has a currency identifier to let you know if you have a 5 or a 10.
Vision aids, hobby, 8 of 13.
Hobbies is a guitar tuner and a metronome.
Travel, 9 of
Travel
13.
is Lazarillo, which is a mobility app. You can use it to plan a route, whether you're a passenger or walking somewhere. It can give you directions.
Health and Fit, 10
Health
of
and Fit
13.
is a step counter. So you would just put in your height, weight, age, estimate your stride, and then it'll count your steps for you.
Online, 11 of 13.
Online is Alexa, so we have Alexa built into here.
Shopping, 12 of 13.
Shopping is Amazon.
App catalog,
And the app catalog is where you're gonna find all these applications. So when somebody gets a phone out of the box, it will not have all these apps on it. It will have many, but not all, because we don't want to overwhelm somebody at first with all of these applications. So they can just go into the app catalog, grab them when they're ready. They're all free. It's a simple way to download it. You just hit the OK button on the one you want. Everything is done over the phone. All the system updates come to the phone. All the new apps come to the phone. Any updates will just come to the phone. You don't have to connect the phone to a computer to do anything like that.
settings, 5 of
So
7.
settings, I don't know how well you hear it, but I have a male voice on this one. You can change it to a female voice. There's 8 Google Voices you can choose from. And then you can also choose the language. The phone has 19 different languages built into it. So if English isn't, actually, I think it's 20 now. I think they added Icelandic. Yeah, for all you Iceland people. If English isn't your preferred language, you can switch the language. I actually had a lady call the other day and she's like, I don't know how, but I got my phone stuck in German. So I'm like, you're lucky I took German in high school so I can get you out of that. So even when you choose English, then you can go in and choose if you want the British guy or the Australian guy or, the Irish lady. There's many options under that. If somebody can see the screen, then they can change the contrast of the screen, change the font size. It also has a built-in magnifier. So it's kind of like having a little video magnifier in your phone that goes from a 3x to an 8x.
Manual, 6 of 7.
It has a manual built into it. So when you first get your phone, you can listen to that manual to get an idea of how to use it. And then the last one is turn off the
7 of
phone.
7.
So that is a very quick overview of the phone. And I just want to also talk about the carriers. So right out of the box, if you use T-Mobile or anybody who uses their towers, you put a micro SIM card in and it'll work. If you choose AT&T or anybody with their towers, put the SIM card in and you'll have to make a couple APN setting changes. Verizon has been tricky because if they put in our serial number, it comes up as non-compatible, but there are hundreds of people walking around with a Verizon SIM card in their phone. Just Verizon doesn't know about it, apparently. So it does work with all of the carriers is what we're finding. And also, just to talk about the Blind Shell community, we do every Monday at 1 p.m. we do Blind Shell 101 on the ACB Community Events Forum. Every other Thursday, we have a talking points where anybody can call up and ask a question about their blind shell or share something that they did new with it. And we also have a mentor program. So if somebody's new with their phone and they want to get paired up with somebody who is an existing user, we'll match them up and everything is just done over the phone. And then also for our rehab agencies and our VAs, we have a plan called the Freedom Plan, which, the Freedom Phone, which offers, they can actually customize it. So if they want to give, say it's the VA, and they want to give their vets a case and they want to give them a beeper and maybe an extra battery and an extended warranty, we'll work with all the agencies to come up with the package that they like. And then the very last thing is we have a thing called Blind Shell Mobile. So Blind Shell Mobile, nobody ever calls me except when I'm doing something like this. So we have a thing called Blind Shell Mobile where if you meet the eligibility, you can get your talk, text, and data for free, unlimited talk, text, and data. So if somebody is on, say, SSI or a SNAP or Medicaid, you can get your service for free. So that's through Easy Wireless and it's a T-Mobile SIM card, so it'll work right away. You can also get qualified through your financial eligibility. So if, for example, if somebody is a household of one and they make $29,160 or less a year, then you're qualified as well to get your service for free. And for each person that is in your household, just add another 10,000. They call it the bedroom test. If you're sharing a bedroom with somebody, you're considered being in a household with them, but it's a little tricky. So I just say, if you're not married to them, regardless of where you're sleeping, you are your own household. So if you have any questions, I'm going to be here until about 5:30. If you want to check out the phone, like I said, there's no swiping, there's no tapping. It's all tactile and everything is spoken out to you. You can check us out on blindshellusa.com. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, that was quite interesting.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. You're welcome. Now we will be hearing from Cheryl Saucier, owner of Mountain View Low Vision Services. And she's going to talk to you about devices, low-tech devices, various price points, I think. And I always like tech. Anything I can buy. You all know me though. So we're going to turn this over to Cheryl.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As she said, my name is Cheryl Soche. I have been in the, that's okay. I'll answer to any of it. I've heard every single pronunciation of my last name ever, so I'll answer to anything you try to, however you try to say my last name, I'll answer to it. Anyway, I have been in the blind rehabilitation field for about 30 years. I have worked for agencies. I have worked in assistive technology agencies. I have worked at low vision clinics. And as of 2018, I opened a company called Mountain View Low Vision Services to provide very tight collection of products that are really focused on employment and education. Today, I want to talk about 3 of these products, and I brought them to show you. The first one, I'm going to start with the most exciting one first because it's after lunch, and I know probably some of y'all are like me, maybe get a little drowsy after lunch. So I'm going to start with something I think that's exciting. So for those of you who are Braille enthusiasts or Braille users, I brought a super cool new Braille device with me. This device is called the Activator. It is from the company out of Germany called HelpTech. It is one in their active series. So the active series of Braille devices, it has technology called active tactile control. So every single pen has a sensor under it. With that sensor, you have a lot of power to do things from an educational standpoint and from a user standpoint. From an educational standpoint, those sensors are going to collect data that the teachers can then use to measure students' progress. So you'll be able to see speed, you'll be able to see, have an app on a tablet that's going to mirror what the student is doing on the device, so you can, as a sighted teacher, watch what the student's doing. And again, it's going to collect a lot of data to help you know how to guide your student through learning Braille. Active tactile control is also very cool for the user. So one thing you can do is auto scrolling. When you're reading and you get to the end of a line, if you have this setting engaged, it will automatically scroll down to the next line, which is a little more natural reading. So you don't have to pause, find a button, and then advance it to the next line. So those are just 2 cool things about active tactile control. Historically, there have been 2 or 3 devices that use this active tactile control. The one I brought today is the newest one. Again, it's called the Activator. What's cool about the Activator is it is the first Braille device in the world that is an iOS iPhone solution. So this device has a dock that will hard connect to the Braille device. When it hard connects to the Braille device, now you have control through your device to do, to launch your apps, to do emailing, text messaging. There's also an app that goes with this device, and that app has some cool features. One of them is file transfer. So instead of having a number of steps, if you need to move files from your computer to the device and back again, you can do some of this file sharing with that through that app and through your phone. It also has a mirroring feature, again, so that if you are a sighted Braille teacher or a TBI, you can see what your student is doing through that app. Another part of the app is a deafblind communicator. So someone who is sighted can speak into that phone, and it will present that, that language in Braille on the device. And then the user can type back their response, and that will pop up. And if you have your text to speech on, speak that message to the other person. So again, it's called the Activator. It's brand new. It's very, very kind of hot right now. A lot of people are very excited about it. I am a sightling, Therefore, I have not spent my entire life learning and using Braille. I am confident representing this company because I am connected to Mike Tyndall, Damian Pickering, some big names in the industry. And they are very committed to onboarding people who buy these devices. So we've got it covered from all directions. So that's the activator. I've got one here and I've got an app on my phone, and I will get my app reconnected, and you're welcome to come by and have a look at that device. The other device that I'm brought today, the second one, is from a company called Low Vision International, or LVI. This is a device for people who have low vision. It is an iPad-based device. So this device has a super powerful 10x optical zoom, full HD camera. And that camera connects to a closed Wi-Fi box, and that connects to your iPad. So now your iPad has become a CCTV. So you can do distance viewing, near viewing magnification, and you can do OCR. The cool thing about this device is, again, it's an iPad. So if you think about a school system or a working environment, that's what everyone else is using. Instead of having a larger CCTV device, now you've got something compact that other students also use. It has the ability to connect to a larger monitor in other environments, but it's a familiar piece of technology for a lot of people that now we can harness and put things on there that allow students in the classroom, people at work, people at home to access content through the app, through the LVI app, and through the Wi-Fi connection. So that's called the MagnaLink Wi-Fi Cam. We're not allowed to use the word iPad in the title of it, so we call it the MagnaLink Wi-Fi Cam. It's the second device. The third thing I want to talk about is OrCam. So I'm a representative for OrCam, and I cover Kentucky. And OrCam has a lot of excited things that are coming down the pike. The first one is I brought with me the new accessory that is a stand. So instead of just having the option of having the OrCam mounted on your glasses or holding the handheld device in your hand, now you have the option to put the device into a stand. So when you put the device into a stand, now you can be a little bit more hands-free. You can use vocal commands to have the device capture text, to capture barcodes, and do things like that. Another thing with OrCam that's coming down the pike that was just actually introduced yesterday is a new feature called What's in Front of Me. So OrCam historically has distinguished itself by being a closed system. So everything that happens on the device. So it doesn't need to be connected to the cloud or to Wi-Fi at all to be able to do its basic functions. In other words, you can be in a submarine and not have a connection and read a book. You can be in an airplane and not have a connection and read your mail. So that's been a really great feature with OrCam for a long time. They are moving towards having a new alternative, and that is being able to connect to Wi-Fi if you choose. And if you do, well, then it's kind of the same thing that we're hearing from Blind Shell, from the Envision glasses. So the same kind of idea. Now we can use OrCam and say what's in front of me, and it's going to do the similar things that we've heard about. So now it will say a table with 5 chairs and 5 people is in front of you. And then you can further query OrCam and say, question, are they women or are they men? Well, there's, depending on, I think, hairstyle, sometimes OrCam will get it right, sometimes they won't. So I think OrCam has called me a man more times than I can count. But it will tell you, give you further information. So if you, I was working with one of the area managers and I had on a striped shirt. And so he queried, he said, what color is her shirt? Black and white striped. So it will give you more detailed information as you ask it to drill down. So along with that, they are expanding the offerings of what OrCam will do because of this idea of AI and all the power that artificial intelligence has. So that's the second cool innovation with OrCam. And then the third one is One of their devices called the Orcam Read 3 is a brand new device, and you can connect the Orcam Read 3 to a computer. And now, instead of it just being OCR, or just being text to speech, it becomes a magnifier. It's an okay magnifier. There's nobody that works for Orcam that's here, so I can say this very honestly, and they won't come up and, punch me in the face. It's a sufficient magnifier, and I'll give you an example. I work a lot with Orcam and BEP managers, so people who are visually impaired who have vending businesses. One fella wanted to use that device to go through his inventory and scan the barcodes with the barcode scanning feature. If there was something that needed to be, he couldn't see, for instance, an expiration date, he wanted the ability to pop it under that device while it's connected to his computer and enlarge it to see the expiration date. It can accomplish that fine. If you want to sit down and read Gone with the Wind and turn the page and move it around, probably a different magnification device would be better if you want to avoid latency and things like that. So those are my 3 devices and the 3 companies I wanted to represent today. First, the Braille device, the activator. The second one is the MagnaLink Wi-Fi cam. And then the third are some new innovations with Orcam. So you're welcome to come by and have a look. And if there are no questions, I will hand the microphone off.
I've got to take a look at that Orcam. Dennis McKinney from Advanced. Low vision, advanced low vision technology is here to talk about some technologies that might just help us more easily live the lives we want.
Okay, well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here at Louisville. I'm a former resident. I currently reside near Indianapolis, Indiana, but I'm still a frequent visitor of Louisville, and I think this is a great place to be. And want to thank Mr. Stevens and Joe Hodge. Joe got me connected with Mr. Stevens, so I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. Can you all hear me okay? Okay. Today, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Envision glasses. I'm actually wearing the device now, and I do have it powered on. It's a wearable device. It has several features and functions. It's been on the market maybe not quite 3 years. The company is based in the Netherlands, and they introduced it about 3 years ago. The main feature of it is the ability to take a picture of a document and read it back to you aloud. And it can do that in several different fashions. There's 3 different reading features, and I'll go through them. The first one is instant text, and that's to be used for just a small amount of information. Like, for example, if you're outside and you're wearing it and you see a street sign, and you just want to say, it's Main Street. So that's an example of how to use the instant text. The next one is scan text. And the scan text is the most used feature of the device. It's for more dense information, for example, like a letter. You can hold the document up in front of you. Another nice feature that they added this year, it will actually prompt you to either move the document or move your head to get it in the best position to capture the most information. And when it gets in the proper position, it'll take a picture and it'll start reading it back to you aloud. Another new feature of the Envision glasses is with the artificial intelligence, the GTP4. You can pause the reading of the document, and then you can ask it specific questions. So, like, for example, if you have a telephone bill or electric bill or something like that, You may not want to hear read all of the, have all the information read back to you. So now you can just ask it a specific question. For example, what's the amount due? What's the due date? So that's an exciting new feature of the Envision glasses. The other feature is batch scan. That's where you could scan multiple pages and then have that read back to you, or actually even downloaded onto a smartphone, either an Android or an Apple iPhone. Another feature is Call an Ally. That's unique to the Envision glasses. There's two communication features currently, and there'll be a third one added shortly. Call an Ally is where you can set up a family member or friend or coworker, and they can actually see, you can actually make a call to them, and they will see on their smartphone what the camera sees on the device. So if you're in a situation where maybe you're in a closed closet and you can't quite make out the color or something on what you're trying to wear, you can call a friend or an ally and they can provide you some help. So that is one of the communications features. The next is IRA. So most of you are probably familiar with IRA, but it is a paid subscription. And those are paid professionals that can assist you. Again, when you call IRA, the camera is activated and the IRA agent can see what the camera sees. And the third feature coming shortly will be My Eyes. So, and again, the nice feature about that, that's a free subscription. So that helps out a lot. It's not out yet, but it will be shortly. So those are the communication features. There's describe scene. You can activate it and it'll describe the scene in front of you. It recognizes cash. It does a really good job of that. It does a lot of different foreign currencies as well as the US currencies. It can find an object. So you can ask, you can locate a specific object. You can scroll to it and it'll identify that, whether it's like a laptop or a phone or something of that nature. It detects the amount of light. The better light that you have, the better these devices work. There's more features. It'll find people, so you can put family members, friends, co-workers. That information, pictures can be taken of those individuals, and when the device sees those faces, it can announce their names out loud, so you know who you're with. Again, explore, describe scene, that's very similar. It just basically looks at the information in your surroundings and provides you information. So those are the basic features of the Envision glasses. Now, we talked about it. It works best in a lot of situations if you have a secure Wi-Fi network. Now, the main features do not require a Wi-Fi network. For example, when it's offline, like the scan text, it's about 85 to maybe 90% accurate. So it does work offline, so you can be away from your home and the device will work. But also if you do need an internet connection, it works with your hotspot with either a Android device or an iPhone. So that's a little bit, there's 3 different price levels. That's always a major concern. Unfortunately, a lot of these devices are just very expensive. And the price ranges from about $1,800 to, then there's a $2,500 version, and then there's a $3,500 version. So that's basically the price levels on these. They have, essentially a 1 or 2 year warranty, depending upon which version you purchase. The device itself is controlled in 2 ways. You can use swipes and taps, or you can use voice commands. So after the presentation, I'd be happy to demonstrate that for you. The voice commands is something new that happened here within the last 6 to 8 months. You know, the device is continually to be upgraded, and all of these upgrades, all these software upgrades can be downloaded very easily. I think that's pretty much about the Envision glasses. I will move on to another device. Now, again, this device can be used by blind and low vision individuals. The next device I'm going to talk about is the Lyric Auto Reader. The Lyric Auto Reader is a very simple to use, lightweight, portable device. And what it does, you just simply place a document on the device. It'll automatically take a picture and then read it back to you aloud. It's battery operated, or it will work off of, basically just plug it in. The battery lasts approximately 8 hours. And then it has, if it's depleted, you can essentially just, plug it in overnight and it'll be fully charged again. But again, the nice thing about it, you can carry it around in your home. You can take it with you on trips because it only weighs about 3 pounds. So it's powering on now. Again, you just simply place a document on it. And I think I've got one here just to do a quick example. I'll grab one here real quick. And I won't let it read the whole thing, but just to give you an idea. So the device is powered on. It's just basically a letter. I'm going to place it on the Lyric reader. It's taken a picture of it. Now it's going to read it back.
James 35 Runner Road, 89001.
So the device can be paused. You can increase or decrease the volume. You can increase or decrease the rate of speech to your desired speed. It also comes with a keypad where it has additional features. So the keypad, you can actually have it read a letter at a time, a word at a time, or a sentence at a time. And also with the keypad, you can have it go back a sentence or go back a paragraph. And with this, you can change the voice between male and female. So the Lyric Auto Reader is probably I think the simplest device of its kind on the market, and very easy to use, very easy to adjust. So again, I'd be happy to show that to you after we get done with the presentations today. I also have a smartphone. This is called the Real Sam smartphone. As with all the phones, I mean, the main feature is obviously to make and receive phone calls, send and receive text, and to get your voicemail. The Real Sam, it's a tap to talk. So on the lower 20% at the very bottom of the device, there's a box, and you just simply tap it, and then you can tell it by name or by phone number, and it will automatically make the call for you. The other nice thing about the Real Sam is that you can add a contact by voice. You don't actually have to key in the telephone number. It has a lot of features as well. In addition to the communications, there's what they call digital assistance. It has a magnifier with OCR, so you can actually take a picture of a document. It'll read it back to you. It does connect to Be My Eyes. You can ask it simple questions like what's around me, what's time of day, what's the weather in Louisville. And in beta testing now, it also has Chat GTP4. So hopefully once they get all the bugs worked out, that'll be another feature of the Real Sam smartphone. It also has entertainment and content. There's book libraries that it connects to. Calibre, LibreVox, Gutenberg. There is one newspaper it connects to. It connects to internet radio, and it also can connect to different types of podcasts that are designed specifically for blind and low vision individuals. The phone itself, it does connect to all the carriers, all the major carriers. Let's see if there's anything else I can think of that's important. I think that's pretty much it on the Real Sam smartphone. So quite a versatile smartphone. Last thing I'm going to talk about is the Vision Buddy. Again, the Real Sam smartphone can be used by blind and low vision individuals. The next item I'm going to be talking about is the Vision Buddy, and it is for low vision individuals. And the primary feature of the Vision Buddy, there's three things it does primarily. One, it helps you watch TV, and it uses a TV hub transmitter where the content, whether you have like cable TV or satellite TV, or even like Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, any of those types of content, that information can be transmitted into the TV hub, and then the TV hub transmits it directly into the headset itself. So it gives you a better TV viewing experience. So when you compare that to the competitors, they're actually using the camera of the headset you have to physically watch your TV. And so that's the main difference. With the Vision Buddy, the content is being streamed directly into the VR headset, and it gives you a better picture quality. Another nice thing about these devices with the magnification features, it helps with facial recognition. So when you see friends and family members, you know, I get a lot of comments that they're very appreciative to be able to see friends and family members better. The other thing is you can read with the Vision Buddy. Again, it uses magnification. It goes up to 10x, but a lot of times when you get above like 7, 8x, it pixelates, but it will magnify, hopefully enough that it will assist you with reading. It's a very simple device compared to the competitors. It's a simpler device to use. There's only 3 modes. There's the TV mode, which I discussed, where the content streamed directly into the headset. There is a reading mode that is actually a grayscale. So some people versus normal color, you may be able to read better in a grayscale format. And then the magnifying mode, it's basically the normal color mode. So if I was in the normal color mode now, I would just basically, you know, if I was using it right now, I would see all you people here in color basically. So those are the 3 modes. The battery life is about 2.5 hours. It takes approximately 2 hours to fully recharge it if the battery's depleted. It also comes with an external battery, and that's one of the nice features compared to the competitors. So it gives an additional 5 to 6 hours of usage time. So for the men, if you're watching like sports, like a couple football games in a row, you don't have to worry about recharging the battery. Or if you're watching 2 or 3 movies in a row, you don't have to worry about charging the battery. Another nice feature that comes standard is the computer link, and that is just simply a cable that you can connect to your computer, iPhone, Android device, iPad, and the content on the screen of the device will be transmitted into the headset, and that can be magnified. And last, there is a mini CCTV, again, to help with reading. It's connected via cable, And you can place a document under the mini CCTV. It could be magnified up to 3x with the mini CCTV. Plus, you can get additional magnification within the headset itself. So that's a little bit about the Vision Buddy. And again, I'd be happy to demonstrate it here after the presentation. Thank you all very much. Get my stuff out of your way.
Thank you so much. Before we get to our final two presenters, I have a bit of housekeeping that I need to take care of. Just a reminder that the Newsline scavenger hunt is still going on. Laura would really appreciate someone winning. We have prizes to give. Speaking of prizes, why don't we go for a door prize right now? Laura, are you ready? Oh, I need those. I just dropped mine on the floor and haven't located it yet. Oh, I might need that device. He said there's a find me feature, so. Ah, goody. I know her. Maybe we can come up with a bargain. Okay, congratulations, Michelle. I would like to say that this year's TAD Symposium was brought to you by Retina Associates, as well as TLQ Vending. Yeah, TLQ Vending. So services, TLQ Vending Services. So we want to thank them for this wonderful event. All right, now we are going to hear from Maggie Felton. She is a representative of Band of Pharmaceuticals, and she's going to talk to us about a topic that I have personally always found interesting, which is 924.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys got it right. It's not 24. That's all right. That's all right. I just want to say thank you all for having me here today. I unfortunately only have a few minutes, so I want to be respectful to the time. I'm sure many of you have heard of 924 sleep disorder. Those of you who haven't, raise your hand. If you haven't, okay, I see a couple hands. All right, all right. It is a condition of a circadian rhythm. So if you have the symptoms of inability of having be able to sleep at nighttime, and I don't mean just sleeping. I mean, if you're up at midnight doing laundry, vacuuming, cleaning, doing dishes, I don't know, you name it. It is a symptom of 924. In the same token, if you are during the day having really hard time staying awake, it may be a symptoms of 924. Now, another big thing part of this is that the sleep pattern feels like a roller coaster, right? It is not the same feeling every night. Some nights you may have a few good nights, and the rest of the night it just feels like all over the place. And most folks say their sleep is like a roller coaster. Okay. And that is very different from some of the other sleep disorders that have more predictive pattern. One of the best thing you can do, if you like to learn more about 924, come and see me. I have brochures out here. Come and grab one. I always encourage everyone, grab a brochure, educate yourself, and educate your provider. Okay. Educate your provider because you want them to differentiate whether you have 924 or insomnia or some other reason why you're having a hard time sleeping, right? To see someone that you know, you love and trust that knows you. But the best way to do that is starting with you, educate yourself. So if you are experiencing symptoms, or if you know someone that is going through something like this, please let them know to educate themselves, share the information you have with them. I have free brochures, come and get one. And then if you'd like to connect more one-on-one, so we can talk about more in detail, please connect with me. And so for now, I'm just gonna say thank you very much, you guys. This was a pleasure meeting everyone here. And if I miss you by chance, I'll leave my information here at the table. Thank you very much.
All right, this final presenter was a welcome final addition to our agenda. We are now going to hear from Melanie Pesco, and she is going to speak with us about accessible pharmacy.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here. I know many of you and some of you I don't yet. I am representing Accessible Pharmacy today. How many, well, just say yes if you've heard of Accessible Pharmacy. Yes, so most of you have. Are there any who have not? Okay. Well, Accessible Pharmacy is the leader in accessible medical and pharmaceutical distribution. Basically, Accessible Pharmacy is offers accessible packaging and medication labels. And the biggest draw, I feel like, to Accessible Pharmacy is that it also includes free delivery. Accessible Pharmacy will actually work with your pharmacists and your doctor's offices and your insurance to get your prescriptions in-house, and they will work to create a plan for you. Their in-house pharmacists will make sure that there are no counterindications for your medications. And if there is a problem, they will reach out to you and your healthcare provider, which is a really great benefit. Now, the actual prescriptions, you can get them in a couple of different formats. You can get, and my favorite one is a box that has a roll of packets that are coming out of the box, and you tear one off and it has all of your medications, whether it's AM or PM or midday medications, and they're all in this little prepackaged plastic pack. And then on the box, it will either have the prescription information in large print or in grade 1 or contracted braille, or there is an RFID code that you can scan with your phone, and the Accessible Pharmacy app will read it. And so it's very, very accessible in that way. We also have the little pop-out packs where you just pop the pill through the back. And then we have just your standard pill bottles. The pill bottles also have an accessible label. So it's either, again, in braille or large print. And then there's also an RF tag on it as well, so that you can, again, scan it with the Accessible Pharmacy app. Accessible Pharmacy was actually established in April of 2020, when virtually no one could access healthcare or the pharmacies, or it was very, very difficult. And so Accessible Pharmacy really filled the gap there. But since then, they've really incorporated this universal design so that anybody can use Accessible Pharmacy. You don't have to be blind. You can have any number of disabilities or not. And in fact, they will service people in over 200 languages, which is huge. And so now we have refugees or asylum seekers that are also using Accessible Pharmacy. And basically, it's just a wonderful solution. It's a win-win all the way around. They are in Kentucky and in many other states. They're just a wonderful solution. There really isn't any reason I can think of that no one would want to use this service, because it's free. That's the biggest thing. You pay nothing for this service. They are funded by the insurance companies. When you sign up for Accessible Pharmacy, the Accessible Pharmacy folks get the prescriptions to you and are paid by the insurance companies. And yeah, I mean, it's a great service, and I'm happy I brought some materials to share with you guys if you want to see an idea of what the packaging looks like. I have the app on my phone that we can scan it in, and I can show you that if you have other questions. The other thing I like about Accessible Pharmacy is they're really old school. They don't do a lot with internet ordering. They want you to call them and you will talk to someone in-house. They have a fully staffed customer service team that will walk you through. They also are the pharmacy that works with Seeing AI in the special help section. And so if you need any special training or guidance around your medications, they have people on staff. And another point of note is that they are the largest blind owned company in North America, which I think is pretty special. So yeah. And yeah, so I guess that's it for me. If you have any questions, I'll be here all weekend. Come and see me. I'm happy to help you get signed up. I'm happy to share the phone number with you. And I can rattle it off real quick if anybody wants it. But, or you can also go to accessiblepharmacy.com. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got to check out some of that packaging. I know you all are anxious to come and take more time with our exhibitor. So let me just finish this up. Laura, how many door prizes do we have left? 3 or 4. Can we have one right now, please? Maybe 2. Let's go 2. Let's just do it. While she's doing that, one final announcement. If you have purchased tickets for our raffle and you do not plan on being at the banquet, at which time we will be drawing for said raffle, you might want to hand your tickets to someone else to hold for you, just in case your lucky number comes up. Laura? Once Laura is finished doing these door prizes, that will conclude this portion of this year's 11th annual symposium. You will be free until 4 o'clock to come and visit with all the folks who have so generously given of their talent and their time to show us what they represent and how that can help us live the lives we want. I've enjoyed speaking with you today. I've enjoyed getting to talk with some of you I haven't seen in a long time. And once again, thank you for attending this year's symposium. Laura, let's have 3 door prizes. Oh, is she here? Oh, Marianne. Got to be in the room. In the hall, no prize at all. She's in the hall, no prize at all. Oh, she's okay, Angela. Final one. Stop. Can you see, if you see my headphone, it's little, it's white, it's right there by that chair. I don't hear. Yes, I'll be no, I'm not eligible. Oh, yay. Think this is the last one, right, Laura? Yay, Mary Jo. All right, have fun with the exhibitors. Oh, our TAD business meeting will be, for those of you who are involved, will be at 4 p.m., correct, Todd? And for those who are not involved, but who are interested, please stay and attend. We'd love to have you. Okay.